YouTube vinyl community, driving fans, random people on the internet. My name is Giggens, and we're here today for another episode where we take a drive. We go through a stroll through the country, if you will, in the car. And today's topic is about the time I almost met Brian Wilson. And this drive will take us to an abandoned building, which I thought was kind of cool, and we'll see that at the end of the video. But today's topic about almost meeting Brian Wilson, takes place in the lost era of 2005, many moons ago, and this was on Brian's Smile tour. And I've talked about this a little bit on the channel here and there, but I wanted to have a dedicated video just for this topic. And while it's not the most amazing thing in the world, it's still something cool that I never thought would ever happen. So my brother and I had gotten tickets to see Brian and his band do Smile live, and the idea of that was just incredible. The idea that we'd see Brian Wilson play Smile, an album that was never supposed to come out. Here he is on tour for it, and here it is making all these best of lists in 2004, and just being this incredible piece of music that we finally got to hear finished. Unbelievable. And I still love that album. I still love Brian Wilson Presents Smile. I think it's a fantastic record. I mean, his band is top notch. I mean, obviously nothing will ever beat the Beach Boys doing their thing back in the day with their own vocals and, the in the moment of the time arrangements and the moods they were in, and this is the times. This is a sign of the times. Nothing will beat that 60s stuff. But this at the time in 2004 was unbelievable. How the heck? I mean, Smile exists. I mean, it was incredible. Had to be there. Anyways, so Brian announces this tour, goes all over the world, and he gets to our neck of the woods in 2005, in the summer of '05, and my brother and I got tickets. And we got there, and we're sat pretty high up, because, all we could afford at the time, but we were just stoked to be there. And so we get to this venue back in my home state, and we're walking around before the show, and on the inside of this venue we were at, it was a huge lobby area, so you can go buy a t-shirt, go get a hot dog, just hang out, wait for the show to start. Because I don't think there was any opener. I think it was just him. I think they played for like two or 3 hours. I mean, it was a long show, but I mean, you knew every song. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. But so we were hanging out there. I grabbed a t-shirt, which I have somewhere. It's in a box somewhere. And we're walking around doing our thing. And we see this group of guys dressed in like suits, like really tough looking business suits, and there's like a circle of them, like just a circle of people walking towards us, and we're like, that's weird. And so we look inside the circle, and it's Brian and Melinda walking through the lobby, I guess to get to the other side of the lobby. Maybe there was like a meet and greet, or maybe there was a like a VIP package kind of thing. I don't remember, but he was like 6 feet away from me. We were right next to these bodyguards. We figured out they were bodyguards. And he was like 6 feet away from me. And everything through my mind flashed. All I could think of was, wow, that's the guy who sat in the sandbox. That's the guy who had that horrible breakdown on the airplane. That's the guy who wrote The Beach Boys Love You. I mean, that's him. That's Brian Wilson. This is the guy who's done so much music that has meant so much to the world, and so much to me since I was 4 years old. Here he is, a mere matter of feet in front of me. It was just incredible. We didn't catch each other's eye, but he was walking so slowly and just so casually, and he seemed fine. He was just doing his thing, walking through the lobby, and nobody else noticed. No one saw that it was him. Everyone's just doing their thing, having food, buying t-shirts. And meanwhile, my brother and I are like, oh my God, it's Brian. And so I didn't know what to do. I just stood there. My mouth dropped. My jaw dropped. And I'm like, holy moly, I can't believe it's him. And my brother, who is way more confident than I am, shouts, Brian! And I remember I was like, dude, you're going to scare him. You're going to freak him out. He's not going to want to play now. Which, looking back, was silly. I mean, what a dumb thing to think. I mean, it was great that my brother did that. I think it's so gutsy because I didn't know what to do. And he was like, hey, Brian. Which I thought was great. Looking back on it now, but at the time, I was like, oh my God, you're going to freak him out. And so... Oh my God. But he played an incredible show. I mean, he played for hours. It was so good. And the people around us knew all about the Beach Boys history and these rare tracks. I mean, it was so fun. What a night. what an absolutely cool night. But that's my story about almost meeting Brian. We got so close to him. It was just a fantastic thing. And here's the abandoned buildings there I told you about. This is an old motel next to an old Howard Johnson's that have been long, long left abandoned, probably about 30 years or so. And a lot of people live in these places, and the Howard Johnson's has trees growing inside it, so I'm not going inside these joints. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Giggens. This has been Driving with Giggens, and I will see you at the next stop. Take care.